One of the most important aspects of training is the concept of progressively overloading, and a lot of people I see are doing it completely wrong. They're either constantly going to the gym, going for 1 rep maxes every week, or they'll try and make too big of a jump, like for example, going from 100 pounds on bench to 135 the next week. Or worst of all, what I used to do is staying at the same weight that's comfortable for too long and never progressing heavier than that weight. If any of those examples sounded relatable to you, then you've come to the right place, because I'm going to teach you how to progressively overload correctly, and on top of that, how to break any plateaus that you might be experiencing when trying to progressively overload week by week. So let's circle back to the first example I gave on how people are doing this incorrectly, which is when people are going for 1 rep maxes every single week. Yeah, they're fun when you're with your boys training in the gym trying to hit a new bench PR. But if you truly think about it, that's not the reason that we're training unless you want to be a powerlifter. Our purpose in the gym is to get stronger so that we can do more weights for more reps to build more muscle, lose more fat, and eventually obtain our dream physique. So if that's the case, why the fuck are we going for 1 rep maxes? The time under tension for a 1 rep set is like 3 to 5 seconds max, which yeah, it might build a little bit of strength, but it definitely won't build any muscle from it. We need to aim for maximum time under tension and maximum reps. For time under tension, that means if you're doing pull-ups, for example, that means when you get your chin over the bar, don't just drop down to the bottom as fast as you can so that you can do your next rep. Control yourself down slowly, and that doesn't mean you have to control yourself down as slowly as you possibly can, but slow enough that you're under control through the entirety of the rep. And maximum reps means that we want to have a total number of reps that you want to do for a given movement and do them in as least amount of sets as possible. Everyone talks about how many sets that you should do. You got to do 6 to 8 sets per muscle group, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's the wrong way of looking at it. Instead of focusing on how many sets that we should be doing, focus on the reps and do that amount of reps in as least sets as possible. But people don't want to do that because it's hard. They don't want to do 50 straight push-ups with a 45-pound plate on their back because it's hard. They don't want to do 50 pull-ups in as few sets as possible in under 5 minutes because it's hard. They want to do their cute little 6 to 8 sets of 6 to 8 reps and then stop the set every single time that they feel a little bit of mild discomfort. And yeah, you might get a little bit of progress with that at first, but when it comes to newbie gains, you're going to get progress regardless of what kind of training that you do. You're going to get fucking progress just by pushing the gym door open. But that's not how you push yourself to the limits of your human potential over the long term. We're going for sustainability here. We're not going for short-term progress. And for those of you that are thinking right now that you can't go to failure all the time because it's not optimal and your muscles won't recover fast enough and your muscles can't handle it and wah. I'm going to tell you something that you don't want to hear, but you absolutely need to hear. It's not your muscles, bro. It's your mind. Your mind is weak. And when you're on rep 47 of pull-ups and you think that you can't get to 50 on this set because your forearms are killing you from hanging on the bar and your lats are on fire from the last 46 reps, the reason that you drop off the bar and do the last few reps the next set isn't because of your muscles. It's because your brain is sending a signal to your body that it's uncomfortable and that it's time to stop. But what most people don't realize is that your mind is always going to want to give up before your body is actually ready to. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you an example to prove my point. Using the same scenario, if you're at 47 pull-ups and you're hanging there and you tell me that you can't get the last 3 reps, but then I pull out a gun and put it right between your fucking eyes and tell you that I'm going to pull the trigger if you don't get to 50 reps on this set, I guarantee you're going to get those last 3 reps. And the point is that the body is capable of much more than we realize. It's just that our minds place these internal limitations on us that prevent us from doing certain things externally. So the next time that you go to the gym and you get that signal from your brain that tells your body to stop, do 3 more reps. You know what? Don't even do 3. Just do 1 more rep. Prove to yourself and prove to your brain that you are in control of your mind, not that your mind is in control of you. Practice this day in and day out. Do 1 more rep, 1 more sprint, 1 more mile, 1 more hour of work, whatever it is. Make it a daily consistent habit that whenever your mind tells you that it's time to stop, do a little bit more. Because the next week you'll be able to do a little bit more before that signal comes in again. And then when that signal comes back, you're going to do a little bit more again and again and again. And before you know it, you're going to look up one day and you're going to be miles ahead of everyone else around you who always stopped as soon as they got that signal from their brain that it's uncomfortable and that it's time to stop. But you're not going to stop, my friend, because we must train the body in order to train the mind. And the potential of the mind is unlimited.